Bang.
Have fun, be awesome.
Hi guys, this is Mark Black, and this is Mark Teaches Music, and you're at my Improv Workshop session number 53. And today's the 26th day of October, and I want you to have fun and be awesome. In my Improv Workshop, we're trying to learn to get better at ad-libbing and improvising, making up great melodies. And I know that you can do it. Even if you just play two notes, you can do it. So if you wanted to just jump right into ad-libbing without any explanation or anything, you've watched the video before already, go ahead and click on the description and click the timestamp where it says Avocado Girl, ad-libbing on Avocado Girl, and it'll take you right to it, and you just jump into ad-libbing right there. And that's what it's for. For more information about lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com. And there's information there about me teaching and how to get a hold of me and that kind of stuff. And if you got your questions or anything, like you get stuck, just put a comment in here or send me an email at mark@dallasmusiclessons.com. So this week, like I said, we're improvising to Avocado Girl, which is a funky blues piece in G. And last week at session 52, we did a reggae piece in A minor, and I was playing on the ukulele. There's links in the description of this video down below. Just click on it, that link, and it'll take you to the charts for the song in your key, and as well as the scales to use, which is the G scale, and it'll be transposed for every key. And it's not even using notes, it's using letters, so you don't even have to read music. And it has patterns for guitar and bass and stuff. And so jump and do that. And if I were you, I'd print them out. And as a useful thing, it helps me to have those things printed out. Certainly have them big and easy to see. And so in this improv workshop, we're not just ad-libbing. We're trying to get better dramatically. And so I'll do it. You'll do it back and forth. And then I'll stop from time to time and say stuff that pops in my head, like this would be something important. Just by the way, this is not my normal microphone for this. This large diaphragm microphone is usually what I would use. But when you see this microphone, you know that I'm playing some sort of external instrument, this particularly the saxes, I think. So I can't change them, forget one thing or the other. So anyway, this means that I'm playing the saxophone today. So if you got a request for a style, just say so, and we'll see what we can do. So there's about 100 of these so far. There's 53 sessions, but most of them have 2 songs. So anyway, there's all kind of styles, all kind of keys, and hard songs and easy songs. You hit, once you find this song hard, go back, and there's slower ones and faster ones and ones with less chords. And so if you like this, you're supposed to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications and like it. And please invite other people. And you can also send me money. And so keep coming back to Mark Teaches Music, and to this video, play with it again and again, and if you like it, and find other things to play. So this will be on here for you. So there's some guidelines for ad-libbing now. Let's see, and I don't mean it like a law or something. I just mean to make it more helpful. So again, there's the links. You need to get the links, and the links have got the chart for the song, which is not as useful as your ear is, but it's very useful. And then a list of the scales that are a short list, abbreviated list of scales for a blues in G, and that would be transposed for most instruments too. So don't just sit here and watch this. Jump in and play. Make mistakes, sound bad, whatever, or sound great. Don't wait. Go ahead and do it. And then, like I said, shoot your comments and questions in there. Don't wait for that. I know it's not live, but the point is put in the comments or send me an email, and as soon as possible I can answer that. And then anything that's confusing, it'll be unconfused. And don't be put off by a style you don't like. You don't like blues, you don't like funkiness, you don't like it's fast, whatever. You don't like the tenor saxophone. That's okay. Try to make it as good as possible. I'm talking about you do a great solo yourself and fix whatever's lacking on my part. And and by playing other styles, things you hadn't thought about pop in your head or are required. When another instrument plays, it has different strengths and skills that, let's say, guitar doesn't have, or flute doesn't have, or the voice doesn't have. Don't play when I play. Not because I'm so amazing, but because when I'm playing, you're thinking about what you'd like to do. And maybe something I play would make you think, oh, that's pretty cool. I could do that better, or I'd do that even more, or whatever. And trying to and so you're gathering your chi, and when you're waiting for the other guy to play. And if it was a live, depending on the instrument, it'd be like, I would be the accompaniment while you're playing, and you'd be my accompaniment when I was playing. Now that would depend, of course, on the instrument. So, and then when it is your turn, though, like I said, just jump right in, don't wait. So, and then listen, use your ear. Your ear is the biggest help, and we want to listen to the changes and the chords change, and memorize them, but memorize them like your favorite songs are memorized like that. You know where those changes are. And so if you get stuck, sing to prime the pump. Singing is the closest sounds to what is in you. It's a distance, but if you'll think of it this way, it's a distance between you and your guitar or your pick, or it's a distance between you and the fingering for a certain thing. But there's very little distance between I hear this or I feel this, and out it comes. And when you sing it, it actualizes. It's like it's real. It's in the real world. And then you can figure stuff out with it. So just to make that example, we'll listen to this in just a second, which is what we're doing, is we're listening to it. I want you to hear, here's this song. So I'm going, I was trying to sing, I go, so maybe that thing like, so I'd find that on my horn. I'd find that on my guitar, because it came out of me. It's a real lick. It's a me lick. And so I get to where I can play it. I put in other keys, and next thing you know, I'm doing that all the time on my instrument. So like I said, when you get stuck, use your voice to prime the pump and to get things going. So now let's go ahead and listen. We'll start over, and let me pull up this chart here for you to look at. Now again, I would either print this out, or I definitely have it out. And here we go. Right now we're trying to feel the changes. Here is the G chord, G7, bum, 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 bum. Goes the C, 4 chord, back to the 1, D7, C, D7, C, D7 in the C. Okay. Now, like I said, the purpose of that, of listening, two different things to do with your ear. One is listening. It's like you're imprinting where those chords change, and that's coming in your ear, in your head, in your feeling, and then you will go and put notes in the right place much easier, because it's like what you like to hear. And then the second thing is, like I just mentioned, is you can use your voice to kind of give you ideas that you wouldn't necessarily have. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get started. Okay, now I'm going to go first, just because, and we're going to have an entire 16 bars. It's kind of a quick, not crazy quick, but it's pretty quick. It's kind of hard to select and say you do 4, because by the time I say you go 4, it'd be over. So I'm going to do a whole 16, and you're going to do a whole 16. And we're going to go back and forth. And it'll sound correct and proper that we're doing this. So here I go. I hope that's loud enough. Yep. Your turn. That's the C chord, back to the G7. Here's the D and C7 thing, D. Just let's go by the sound. Hey. All right, it's my turn, and I'll stop it. Now, first off, I'm having a hard time. I'm trying to turn up the track in my earphones. Oh, when I start playing, that's all I can hear is my sax. I hope that's not what y'all are hearing, meaning I can't follow the rhythm. Okay, first thing. Now, this is on the sheet. If you downloaded where it says the sheet to download is MTM Mark Teaches Music, Improvisation, Scales to Improvise in a G blues. Scales to Improvise in a G blues. Okay, and I wanted to make the statement. If you're trapped on a desert island, you're never going to, this is, if you're an experienced jazz or blues player, you shouldn't hate me, but it's like, this is the, I can tell you one thing before I die, how to play blues. And so I'll tell you one thing before I die to play blues. And what I'm going to tell you is, hey, guess what? Use the G minor pentatonic and blues scale, and it'll work over the whole song, and it'll sound great. Now, on this horn, it is an A, but it's the G sound. So it's the notes. I'm going to say the notes. G, B flat, C, D, F. This sound. And the blues scale, I'm saying, speaking the key of C scale, for C instruments, the G minor blues scale, G, B flat, C, D flat, D, and F, which is this sound. So if you use that, the minor pentatonic and the minor blues over the entire song, it will sound good. It will sound dark, aggressive, like I'm, mad or I'm the toughest dude. But that's okay. And I'm going to play just for a second. I'm going to take my turn now. And let's try that with just the minor, not trying to make any changes unless you're experienced in changing. And so I'm going to take my time and I'm back up just a tat. And here it is all in a G minor pentatonic and G minor blues. The guitar would play the 6th pentatonic pattern on the 3rd fret in G minor. Okay, I hope I got that louder. You try. G minor. Pentatonic and blues. 5-note and 6-note scale. It's my turn, and I'm going to stop and say, okay, so here's the chords in the blues, this song, A and A blues, and it would be the 1, the 4, and the 5, which for C instruments would be a G7, a C7, and a D7. Now, just want to comment, now in a jazz blues, jazz blues. And you'll see in books all the time, it's not wrong, and I will do something like that, is using Mixolydian over a dominant 7 chord. So in a jazzier or more sophisticated sound, that is what we do. And here's that scale. That's the same like a G scale, and you just lower the 7th scale degree. So in the G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, but F natural. Lower that. So that would sound like this. Over this chord. So the soloist. And so forth. Over the D7, you play a D Mixolydian. Over the E7, you play an E Mixolydian with that same notes as that scale, D scale, E scale, but lowering the 7th scale degree. The problem is in a gut bucket, you know, I saw my baby, that kind of a sound, not sophisticated sound, this kind of sound we're playing with now, that sounds too sophisticated, sounds too thoughtful. Instead, we're wanting more, I don't know, aggressive or simple or basic sounds. Doesn't mean we can't use that, but if we lean on the Mixolydian extensively or exclusively, like we would a lot in a jazz, so straight up jazz blues or jazz influenced blues piece, it would come across too thoughtful. So I'm going to do that for a second, and then it'll be your turn to go back to ad-libbing however you want. And let me back up just a tad. And this is, I'm going to do Mixolydian, D Mixolydian, G Mixolydian. Sorry to mislead you. Before I stopped earlier, we're just doing the minor pentatonic and blues, and right now you'll discover, and you may have discovered already, when you're trying to just do the notes in a certain scale, it's a little limiting and a little like you want to hear the sound, you want to play the sound, but it's like, well, that's not in that scale. And of course, we're learning these scales only as a framework. Ideas like these ideas will work, but they're not the only ideas. It's almost impossible to state what exclusively these are all the ideas. No, there's really nothing like that. We would learn this scale works really well, say works 90% of the time. This scale works 60% of the time. This other scale works 15% of the time, you know, like and so anyway, we're learning choices. So anyway, just want to say I made some mistakes there because a little hesitancy, because like, oh, I got to stick with this scale. So I believe you might notice that seemed a bit either formal or thoughtful or something, not quite what we're looking for. But now it's your turn, you ad-lib. You're in G, and here you go, whatever you want to. And it's turning, you go. And I'm going to stop. Now I'm going to talk about I hadn't really planned on using that, but there it is. So the other thing that's on that sheet about scales improvise in G, about the blues. And the deal is that, so I said that if we had one choice, we just use the minor, pentatonic, minor blues, and that would be ba, 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 or ba, 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 ba. That sound, dark sound, which is not bad. It's tough, you know, hey, I'm aggressive. But you'll notice a lot of blues have this sound, a happy sound. So I have this sound, a friendly sound. Ba 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 ba. I'm praising the Lord. I'm whatever, you know. I'm singing this song. And that's a major sound with the major third with the G natural for a C instrument. And that sound is at the moment I'm using the G major pentatonic, which is this sound. Well, I'll do the major pentatonic over the chords, and I've got a little bit of time here, so I'm using the major pentatonic and the major blues. Let's hear that just for a second. Sorry, it was that far back. I'm over that G. Here it goes, major pentatonic and major blues. So that was the major pentatonic and the major blues. Bum, bum, ba, da, as opposed to minor. Bum, bum, ba, 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 ba. Major ba, minor ba. And on your instruments, it's the same. And just for guitar players and bass players and other fretted instruments, so it's just moving your pattern. It's not hard to do this, because I realize most of you are playing not by notes, but by shape. I know how to make this shape, and this is so-and-so key. I don't really specifically know what the notes are. So anyway, it's easy on every instrument to do this. So on the one chord, just to make a synopsis here, on the one chord, on the 5 chord, you have the option of going from the major, parallel major to parallel minor. And G over the G7 chord, major pentatonic, or G minor pentatonic, G minor blues, G major blues. Either one sounds fine. Same thing on the 5 chord, still G. On the D chord, D7, G major pentatonic, G major blues, G minor pentatonic, G minor blues. The minor will sound tough over those 2 chords of G7 and D7, tough and aggressive. The major will sound friendlier. And but over the 4 chord, the C7 chord, you only have the choice of the minor. And there's theoretical reasons. I don't mean hokey, well, the planets are out of alignment this day. I don't mean that. I mean, you'll be playing notes that clash or don't sound cool. That's the literal thing. Now, so here you're playing along over the 1 chord, you major or minor, depending on how you want to sound, happier or more aggressive. Over the 4 chord, the minor sound only, and over the major chord, the 5 chord, major or minor. Now, I'm going to illustrate for real quick, because that would all center around in the key of G, whether I'm playing a B natural or a B flat, right? It'd either be this sound, the major sound, minor sound. So I'm going to show you that sound, see if I can find that. And we're going to get done here in just a second of me talking. It's at the beginning. This is the last C. We got a G. So I'm going to play the major sound. Here's the major sound. Over the G. Playing B. stop just long enough to get us set up. It's your turn. And what we're going to do is you can try to go back and forth between the major, parallel major, and minor. You can try G major, pentatonic and blues, or G minor. You can mix them all up. And then over the 4 chord, we're going to stay in the minor again. Remember, if this is scary or weird, just do the minor. Just do G minor, pentatonic, G minor blues. Play slow as you want. But let's try to mix them up. I'm going to let you start. Here we go. And let's start back a little earlier. Yep. It's coming up. Your turn is. Go. E major or minor, pentatonic or blues. Now just the minor. Just major or minor, either one. Major, G minor, G major, G minor. All centering around that B natural or B flat. La-da. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try major first. 2 whole minutes without me interrupting. Well, I hate to be so cliche about it, but it's amazing that time really does fly when you're having fun. That was 3 minutes, and I was thinking that was like 45 seconds, and it was 3 whole minutes. So now let me see if I can remember the things that I talked about that I thought were important. Now, your emergency, which is what so many, I'd say half of blues players would, maybe not the top guys, but half of just you go in a bar and a guy's playing the blues. A lot of that will be, if not all, will be just the minor, straight minor in the key of A minor. You know, and guys are playing A7 chords. These are major chords with a dominant 7, but it's not a minor chord. People are playing a minor solo on top, and it sounds aggressive, and that's a very safe and good and cool. So I don't mean to say boring. I mean safe, like, hey, you're safe. You or the Adlib. It's like, I don't know what to do. Okay, do that, and it'll work. And then I talked about Mixolydian mode as a great mode in a more sophisticated sound, a great mode in like any jazz song that guys using a blues feel is going to have that Mixolydian a lot. But I want you to think of it, or notice that it is a sophisticated, thoughtful sound. It doesn't work as well as an exclusive or even a majority sound in a, you know, I'm just feeling down, yeah, you know, like that kind of a blues, which is what we're listening to. So, and then we talked about, hey, you know, a great thing, the best thing, the main guys will be switching back between major parallel, means the same starting note, but same starting pitch, but different ending notes. So G in the song in G, G minor blues and pentatonic, G major blues and pentatonic over the 1 and the 5 chord, not over the 4 chord. It's because of the notes that are in the 4 chord. So anyway, And I don't know if you noticed, I was just doing that with one note. If you feel challenged or up in your face, like, my gosh, this is so hard, don't play a bunch of notes, you know. So we could, and I was trying to encapsulate the whole sound was, da da. This the B natural, B flat, B natural. That would be the major sound, and this is the B flat. You could have played that. I could have played that. You know, right now here, just real quick. You know, here I go. So I just go. Yes, I really want to be. Oh, that's good. Da, there's the B natural. Da, da, major. Da, 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 minor. Da, 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 da. See if I act like I was tough. It'd be cool. Da, 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 da. Instead of una nota samba, we can have tres nota samba. And anyway, 3 notes. And so I'm saying you can play something very simple. Don't feel like you have to play a lot of notes. Okay. And that's a great way to start, isn't it? By playing not playing a lot of notes, just playing a few notes. And so again, I'm Mark Black. This is Mark Teaches Music. This is my improv workshop. This is session number 53. And I always want to say, if you want information about lessons, go to www.dallasmusiclessons.com. If you got questions, put them in the comments or send me an email at mark@dallasmusiclessons.com. I'd be glad to answer your questions. I probably have a paragraph answer limit, but yes, I'd be glad to. I want you to be able to play, and it's very important. Keep coming back here and, and listen, play with us a bunch. This is a great recording. And so as always, I want you to have fun and I want you to be awesome.